Well, the biggest thing about the league, and it doesn't shock me, but I'm shocked at how much better our league gets every year. Like the league just continues to get better. We have such good talent that comes to this league. Guys are, they're just missing something to be a professional hockey player. And we've got a lot of guys from across the country gravitating to the East to play in this conference. I think we've got one of the most, if not the most competitive conference in the country. You can't take a night off. I'd like us to get healthy. If I'm to be singular, we've yet to play healthy, but there's a couple other teams out there that have been beat up injury wise too. So it could be a really scary league when everybody's healthy.
Okay.
Like tougher. Like you look at Moncton. Moncton's in last right now. I thought they were one of the best teams in preseason. They've got two or three significant injuries that have just started to trickle down in the lineup. Acadia, they're in the bottom half with us and Moncton. They played the other night with 7-8 forwards and 6D. How do you go into UMB with that and have a chance, right? It's tough. So when they're healthy, they're going to be a different team. So there's going to be different looks here in our league. So it's going to make a national championship very competitive here because there's going to be three teams from our league
There's
that'll
three.
be here. Well, Katie will host, right? And we'll get the winner in the wild card. So we'll get three. So we'll get three teams.
Okay.
So there's a lot of chance, right?
Okay.
And you've got a team like Dalhousie who's been in the bottom half and the bottom four, and that they're sitting in third place now, right? And you've got a team like UPEI. Every night they're a hard team to play, right? They beat UMB, which is we look at as maybe the benchmark across the country, and then there's Saint FX. So it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah. Every team you just list off, you're just like powerhouse.
And you go down their lineup, and you're starting to look at their lineup, and you're going, okay, well, they have good lineups too. But what I'll do is I'll say, I look at our lineup, and I you know what, I wouldn't trade a lot of pieces, if any. I like our lineup. I'm really happy with us, and I'm saying, once we're healthy, I think teams will go, oh wow, I didn't realize that maybe they were that good. I think we're better than what our record shows right now, and I think that even with everybody healthy, I think that it's my job right now to make sure that we can get everybody to be as good as what I think they're capable of right now.
I like that.
Yeah.
There must be a little bit more motivation too, knowing there's a national championship in your backyard, like 10
Right
streets
here.
away.
Do you know how hard it is, man? I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been fortunate enough to win once in 2010. We've only been there 3 times, I think, or 4 times. It's not even easy getting there, let alone winning it. So when you have a conference that's hosting it, and you know that you're having 3 teams there, you have more of an opportunity. You don't want to waste these opportunities, because once you get to that dance, man, it's not easy to win. But once you get to the dance, you go, okay, win 3 hockey games, I win a national championship. It's pretty good.
I remember when they got canceled 2 years ago, and you're just underneath the tunnel, and there's not tension in the air, but there's mix of tension and excitement, and just seeing all the teams mixed together, all the dressing rooms, all the trainers, everything, all the buzz that's going on underneath the stands. It's an unbelievable experience just to be able to be down there.
Yeah,
It's
and you know what? Early in my career, when we went the once, we had beat Dalhousie to win the AUS for the first time in 25 years, and when we went that first time, we saw our program really. Trevor took the program to another level. We competed on a nightly basis here as kind of a team that we're like, we expect to win. I won't lie, I took for granted being at Nationals the very first time. And then all of a sudden it's, a year passes and you don't go back. And then 3 years pass and you don't go back. And that was in 2002. Yeah. And then you're going, oh, when am I getting back? And then I moved on and did the Halifax Lions, head coach and GM, and they get back. And I'm like, oh, I missed it. Right? And they're back, and you're going, okay, I missed it. And then they're touted to win, and they lost. We dropped the ball, and I say we because I consider myself still part of the team. We dropped the ball, and we went back, and there was a spot that opened up in 2010 on the coaching staff, and I reconnected with Trevor, and we went back, and when we went back in 2010, that was the big thing. We had a great captain in Mark Rancourt, and that was the big thing. Don't take this for granted. I'm in my 5th year. This may never happen ever again, right? Like 5 years has gone by just like that. I've been here twice, but what slipped away last year, you may never get to have this chance in front of you again. So don't take it for granted. And we beat Alberta in the finals. Probably the single most exciting hockey moment of my career.
I remember watching it on TV.
Yeah, it would be. It would be the single most exciting. Like, you have tournaments and you have everything, but how often do you get to win the very last game of the year that you play? And we did it, right? It was great.
What was the common trait within that team that one year you guys won? What was the common, I don't want to say personality, but the common theme of the year?
Blue collar hard work.
Blue collar hard work. Okay.
Blue collar hard work.
Okay.
And we didn't have just a full blue collar team, but it didn't matter. And remember when I talked earlier about every guy has an important role? Well, our fourth line took as much pride in going out and shutting down games and closing out periods as our first line did, rolling out to score power play goals, right? And it didn't matter if it was 5-1 and these guys are, they're wearing shots and they're wearing pucks off the ankles and they've got bruises because it's 5-1 and they're sliding in front blocking shots to close out a game. Yeah. And they're doing it and they're going, okay, I did it. Now tomorrow night you got to go back out and you don't have to stand in front of those block shots because you're on the power play or you're doing this or that, right? It was just blue collar. It was hard work. And honestly, we didn't have the team wasn't, and I use this, cliquish. Like if you have a team and they're cliquish and you got 2 or 3 different little groups inside your dressing room, you're not winning. You need one whole, and I actually think we did have a theme, and I've used it a little bit, but we did things a certain way, right?
Can you teach blue collar? Can you coach it? Can you make it a mentality within the room?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's one thing you can't teach. You can't teach courage, right? I can't teach a guy to have big kahunas and to stand in front of shots, and I can't teach guys to finish their hits, and you can't teach that. You can show them, but you can't teach it, right? But I think you can teach hard work through example and through reward, and letting guys know that it doesn't matter what your last name is. You're rewarding guys because of how they play for the team on the front of your chest. And once you do that, then you can, I think that you can expose blue collar.